Well, congratulations on taking the next step. What I wanted to do in this video is I just want to show you a little bit more on the business so you can understand what you're getting involved in. At the end of this video, a link will pop up in the video. You can't click on it. You got to go type it in your browser, and that will give you the link to go join for free. So now, in the meantime, again, like I said before in the ad, this is 100% free. It's a limited time only. Try it out. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, no big deal. And I'm going to show you how to become a small business consultant and a small business loan broker. Now, one thing you have to understand, in the loan brokering world right now, you can make up to about 18% commission on a loan. What that means is that if you get a company a $20,000 loan, you're going to make at most $3,600 on that one deal. Of course, you can close a $100,000 loan or $50,000 loan, right? But you can see how much money you could make. Now, what we're going to show you is we're going to put you in touch with all the lenders that do these types of loans. We're also going to show you how to generate leads, because that's the most important part of any business. You know, generating leads is important. And we're going to show you how to do free marketing, because I really want to show you how to create this business and not spend any money. Now, the only money that you'll actually really have to spend is getting your website up and running. But we have an offer from GoDaddy to get web hosting for $1 a month and also a free domain name. So it literally costs you $1 a month to get into business. So you really can't complain. So real quick. So this is what I'm going to show you. Marketing strategies that are all free. LinkedIn marketing works well, which I'm going to have James talk about, because James actually does very well in LinkedIn marketing using free strategies. Facebook, word of mouth, Facebook groups, Facebook page. There's ways to utilize Facebook on a free side. Of course, you have Craigslist. I'm sure everyone knows about Craigslist, or even SEO. And if you want to start, getting ranked on, let's say, a local level, wherever you live, in your local city or town or state or whatever, and try to drive traffic in that way. So there's a bunch of ways to advertise on a free strategies that'll start generating leads. It does take a little bit longer when you do free marketing, but I gotta tell you, it's worth it in the long run. You can also do local networking. You have banks, accountants, and financial advisors. So let me explain this. If you work with a bank, banks turn down about 80% of loans. Yeah. So that means out of every business that walks into a bank, right, over 80% get turned down for a business loan. So if you work with a banker and they say, hey, sorry, so-and-so, we turned you down, we can't get your proof of loan, but hey, here's, someone that we can refer you to, right? You get those turned downs from the banks, and that's a great referral source, mm-hmm. right? Accounting firms, they all work with businesses and business owners. If you work with accountants, same thing. Financial advisors, same thing. Anybody that works with businesses has the opportunity to refer you business. Now listen, obviously it's up to you to put the time and effort into it, but we can explain the different ways to go about this, but it's just up to you to put the work in. But I gotta tell you, it doesn't take much. I have a friend that's not even in this business. I have a friend that's in a disaster cleanup business, and he works with an insurance company. He put the time and effort in, did the local networking, stuff like that, and all of a sudden now he's getting like $10,000 a month in revenue from this one insurance company that just gives him business because, he became friendly with the business owner of the insurance company, and now it works, right? So you want to build that up. Latip, BNI are two examples of networking groups that you can join and start getting referrals from those groups. There's a lot of great ways to basically do local networking and local marketing. And I have James, I'll let you talk about LinkedIn, and also he has a lot of experience. James and I actually met at a group, not one of these two, but another one. That's how we met back in 2012 through one of these groups.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that's the thing you want to do. You want to surround yourself with other business owners. So the best way to do that is by going to networking groups, by doing power partners, they call it a lot. And like Phil said, a lot of the times these people, they want to be able to refer their clients somewhere because it makes them look good. So they don't lose a client, they help a client even though they can't help them directly, like the banker and so forth. And you'll be able to profit from that. So that's a great way to do it. The business groups themselves are really tightly knit, so you get to meet these people. It's usually over breakfast or lunch. So it's a good way to really explain what you do They'll get to know you, they'll get to like you and work with you. And one of the things like Phil mentioned that I really love is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, for those of you who may not know, and I'm sure you've heard of LinkedIn, it's like the biggest marketplace for business owners. It's really like, I know I always say, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, because really you're in the sweet spot of exactly what we want. We want business owners, and business owners, they need help. They need some consulting services. They need loans. So this is a great opportunity for you, number one, to establish yourself in the industry as an authority, because now you're going to have a profile that says what you do, and they're going to come and see you. The other thing is you're able to connect with these people in your circle of influence, but also their circle of influence. So it just keeps growing. It's like the Facebook for professional businesses. And that's what helps you get out to these business owners that you may not necessarily work with. So you don't even have to keep it local, because it's all nationwide, which is even better, because you'll be able to help people outside of that you would never really reach. And it's completely free. You're allowed to do it. It's a great way to do it. It's very sincere. And again, it establishes you as an authority in the business. And it's a great way to do it. I do it all the time. I'm meeting people all the time and talking to people. And it's been helping my business significantly.
Yeah, so and he actually put together a 5-day LinkedIn challenge where he reaches out to people every single day and goes through the process. So we have videos for that. So this is basically doing the free marketing. On the other side of this business, you have your website. All right, everyone needs a website. Right. So again, like we told you before, it's $1 per month from GoDaddy. You get a free domain name. You can't go wrong. That's really the only money you kind of like have to spend. You can use any web hosting company you want, just so you know. It's just an offer we provide. We show you how to create your website. So we show you how to do it on WordPress. There's video training, and it's step-by-step. Shows you step-by-step how to create the website. So you shouldn't have any problems doing it. If you have any issues with your hosting company, of course, you can always go to GoDaddy. But the videos are there. It's all step by step. It works very well.
Step by step. You can rewind it if you missed something. If you've never started a website, you'll be able to follow this, because it's made really easy to follow.
So now, when it comes to the actual business loans, just so you understand, there's a lot of different types of business loans. We're going to give you access to over 30 different lenders. A lot of them do a lot of different things, but the majority of them do something that's called Merchant Cash Advance. If you never heard of Merchant Cash Advance, go on Google, type it in, and learn a little bit more about it. But what happens is the average business can't get funding.
Right.
You know, it's been going on for a long time. This is nothing new. And Merchant Cash Advance is basically alternative lending. It's a space that's got very big. I mean, companies like an American Express and PayPal and stuff are kind of got in a little bit. But it's basically short-term, high-risk loans. So they'll give a loan to a company that does even just $5,000 a month in revenue. And they pay out, like I said, up to, the most I really ever heard was 18%. So you get 18% of the loan amount. Now that's not always going to be 18%, of course. It could be 10, it could be 8%, right? But it's a decent amount of money that you can make just by getting a company a loan. So you're giving away money and you're making a nice hefty profit, right? So it's really good. Now in the training, there's a demo call that we go over, kind of like all the questions and answers, you know, that a business owner could ever really ask. And so we teach you the business loans. We give you an application that you can use. We really recommend using an e-sign software. I use Adobe Sign. So that software, what happens is you have the application, you put it into Adobe Sign. There's a video explaining how to do that. And then what you do is you send that out to your client. They do it all online. They sign it. They send it back. It's a really easy way to get the information back. When you do an MCA deal, all you need is just the application signed, some bank statements, at least 3 months bank statements, and that's it. You take that information, you give it to the lender. All right. And the lenders, again, we're going to give you a list of lenders. You contact them and they'll sign you up, right? We show you what to do. There are a way to work with startups. So if someone is a startup, and they have good credit, you can actually work with them. All right. Now, let's just say, for example, a company, you know, isn't even in business. The business owner has maybe a 700 credit score. There's ways to get them about a line of credit, on average, about $50,000 line of credit. And then those companies will pay you out on that. depending on what you get, like you could make, maybe around $5,000 or so on that deal around. You got to work with the lenders and figure that stuff out, the exact numbers, but you can do pretty well on one deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really even have to do that much work. When you talk to the business owner, you get your relationship going with them, you get the information required, you hand it over to the lender does the rest of the work, right? So it's good. The other part of this is consulting.
Right.
Okay, consulting, you don't realize how big consulting is today on the internet because so many companies don't know what to do online to make money. Now, I'm not saying that you have to provide services, but let's just say this, for example. You're talking to a business owner. Say I'm talking to James, hey, how are you? You're interested in business loan? Yeah, I am. Great. You go through the business loan side. Then you just ask a simple question. How else can I help you grow your business? And he may say, oh, you know what? I can use Facebook marketing.
Yeah.
I could use, maybe you want to be incorporated. Maybe it's a startup and he wants to get incorporated. What else you got?
There's so many opportunities. Sometimes they might be looking to have a phone system.
Oh yeah, voice over
like
IP, any phone system.
Or sometimes even in their business, they want things around the business. Maybe it's water coolers or something like that. You can really get involved in all these things.
It's so many things. So the point is this: you're saying, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to sell something. What you do is you ask the question. Let's just say they want a web design.
Right.
Okay, I need a website. So what you do is you go and find affiliates, affiliate programs where you can refer people for web design. Right? So these are the things that we want to teach you on how to build this out. Because from your perspective, if someone is interested in a service, you want to be the guy to provide it, right? You just want to be the guy or the girl.
That's it. Yeah.
The guy or girl that the business owner goes to, hey man, I need this, I need that. So you start putting everything together. And it doesn't cost you any money to do that, right? And as an affiliate, when you hand over that client, let's say for web design, maybe they're going to pay you X%, whatever that is, and maybe it's $1,000 site or $5,000 site, or maybe a $50,000 site. Who knows, right? People have done $1 million sites, right? So you just want to put yourself in a position. There's a lot of great ways to make money like this, and we're just going to show you how to get your feet wet.
And the thing is, Phil, as you know, when you get a business owner a loan, they love you because you help them with the lifeblood of their business. They need the revenue to sustain cash flow, maybe make a capital purchase. So they're already trusting you because you help them out with one of the biggest things they need. So having that conversation is a real easy way to make additional money for yourself. And the other thing is, a lot of business owners, they're the worst with their time. So they don't have the time to look into Facebook marketing or anything. So they don't even know about it. I mean, they know it exists, but they don't know about how to go about doing it. They don't have the time to research it. So if you're telling them, I got this, let me take care of it for you, they're going to listen to you and you're going to be their advisor. You're going to be their trusted consultant that they're going to turn to for everything.
Mm-hmm. So listen, this is it. If you want to try it out, as you can see, I'm trying to make this video as quick and as fast as possible. There's a lot of things I could talk about. It could be, I usually try to sell the lifestyle, right? I try not to work Fridays. I go on a lot of vacations. I work from home, drive nice cars, live in a nice house. My life is what I made it to be. I always believe build a business around a lifestyle that you want to live, right? That's what I do.
That's right.
That's what James has kind of put together for himself. That's all it's about. Now, I'm not saying that you need to quit your job and do this. I don't recommend that. Build a business, and if this fits you, great, do it. If it doesn't fit you, don't do it. No big deal. But at the end of the day, if you're willing to put the time and effort into it, and you're willing to go forward, hey, try it out. If it works for you, great. And if you don't know, a couple of things, I've been endorsed by the original shark from Shark Tank. There's going to be more videos on this page that you can check out. I've been on CBS, Fox News. I'm a Forbes writer and contributor now. There's other stuff that I have going on to build my brand. James is obviously building his business and building his brand. We've done a lot of conferences lately, going out there. We're part of War Room, which is basically a mastermind group. You have to generate over $1 million a year in revenue to even be a part of it. So I joined that earlier this year. That's been really great. So I'm just building my brand, doing it. A lot of people ask, why do you do this business? And one thing that people may not know is that the online education space is now saying that it could reach $1 trillion eventually. That's a monster industry. And we're really at the beginning stages.
Right.
If anybody watches Frank Kern, he came out with a video that said about $3 million a day is being spent on online education right now. So this is the forefront. So this is why I do it. This is a big industry. I want to be part of it. I want to help people, make more money from home, maybe start a business, whatever it is that your goals are. I just want to help you out and give you the information. It's up to you to do the work, right? I'm not going to do the work for you. I'm just giving you the information. But you have way more information than I had when I started becoming a business loan broker and I got the business going. I had no one to give me any information. Right. I just did it on my own. I researched, I figured it out, and I just did it. So as long as you don't quit, as long as you do this is the way that you got to think about it. You got to say to yourself, I will do whatever it takes to be successful. I will put as much time and effort into this that it takes to be successful, whatever that is. I'm not saying you got to do it all in one day. Even if it takes a couple of months, who cares? The first time I ever started an online business, it took me personally 4 months to make my first dollar. And I almost quit about 3.5 months in. The holidays were coming up and they came and went. I said, you know what? Let me try this one more time. I'll put a little bit more time into it. And then it just, within a week from there, my first person came in. I made my first dollar. Now what happens is that, and I'm not saying that because I did that last 2 weeks and that's the reason why I worked. What happened was that whole 3 to 4 months of the work I put in, planting my seeds, right, the tree started growing. That's what I mean by that. But if I shut the doors and I closed up shop, then that business never would have came. But I stuck with it because what it's called critical mass. Eventually, you're going to hit a number. If you talk to enough people, right? It's just a numbers game. Right. Talk to enough people, somebody's going to use your service. You talk to enough business owners, someone's going to get a loan. You talk to enough business owners, someone's going to buy something for you, or you're going to make affiliate commission off something, right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is, just business. You just got to just not quit. Put the time and effort into it, and eventually it's pretty much almost a guarantee to work as long as you don't quit, right? But it's up to you to put the time and effort into it.
Yeah, that's it. We give them the tools, everything's there. You got to put forth the effort and the time. That's really it. And like Phil said, don't quit.